All right. Even though it's under sad circumstances here, we're going to do it anyways. 3, 2, 1. Yo, what's going on, Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans everywhere? Welcome to the one and only Picture Network YouTube channel. I'm wearing a beanie because it's kind of cold in the house and my hair's a mess, right? I woke up. I'm dealing with the virtual learning with the kids. I had like a gap of time here. I thought this needs – I can't turn this down, this opportunity to talk about this. I can't – I've had several of you in my DMs. I had a comment within minutes after Mike Woods announcing, Ty, anything latest on Mike Woods? So I decided, yeah, we gotta do this because I don't know what my schedule looks like the rest of the day. Again, I've got a small window here, so I'm gonna have to try and make this a little quick. Beanie's on point. You like that? Go Cardinals, right? I took down the Cardinal poster. I put up a Razorback baseball poster. By the way, since I put that up, since I've had that poster up, Arkansas leads the country in home runs, baby. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Just say it. I've had that up now for like 5 weeks. Maybe not that long. 4 weeks. I don't know. You guys know I'm pulling your leg. All right. Yeah, Mike Woods is in the transfer portal. All right, that's it. Cut it. Wrap. I'll see you guys later. I'm kidding. Megatron time. So, Ketron Jackson may be called upon a little early. Former 4-star out of Texas. Remember the run, the Longhorns. They really wanted that kid. He is special. Keep in mind, he did have surgery after his senior year. I was actually talking with a certain member of Arkansas media about him yesterday, as a matter of fact. Really hyped about him. So, what's the deal with Mike Woods? What happened? We know this was reported yesterday by Hog Anonymous. They posted this yesterday, and I don't have the tweet up, but they tweeted this out. If you don't know that Twitter handle, they've yet to be wrong on anything. Let me find them really quick just to save you guys the hassle here. I appreciate the $5 super chat, by the way. Who was that? William Watkins. What's up, man? How you doing, Will? And I know our Discord little all over the place. How do you is it Hoggy Anonymous? Hogs Anonymous? How do they spell it? They were right yesterday, and they were right. They called the Jalen Williams. There it is, Hog Anonymous. Hog Anonymous. I apologize. Let me share my screen here for you guys. Let you take a look. Okay, here they are. They posted this 17 hours ago. And they weren't the first, I don't believe. There was someone who I've never heard of on Twitter who had actually mentioned. But here you go. Sources, Jalen Williams will be unavailable for the SEC tournament. That was on March 7th. We found out that was, yeah. Look, right here, Jalen Williams not to play against South Carolina. Source confirms. So these guys are pretty legit. I do follow them. I think they're, whoever they are, I think they've been pretty on point. Let's go to the Mike Woods tweet so you guys can see that. Here it is. John Hawes over here. Look at you, fella. I thank God for blessing me with my talents, health, and the position he's given me. Thank you to the University of Arkansas, my coaches, all my teammates, and most certainly the state of Arkansas and the Razorback fans. I love you all, and I'm very thankful for the love I have been shown over the past 3 years. You guys mean so much to me. With that being said, I am entering the transfer portal, the Bobby Hopper transfer portal / tunnel. He's in it as a graduate transfer, Woo Pig for life. Yeah, that I still don't have my quicks set up on my OBS. Will, I'm sure Will, you're watching that like, bro. I'm ruffling feathers. Oh boy. T-Dub with the $10 super chat. So bummed. He's a fan favorite. Nothing but best wishes for Mike Woods. I think at this point, Mike Woods has more value than Coach Guyton. Something to think about. I'm not. I posted yesterday in our Discord, hey, something's going down. Something's up with the receiver, Mike Woods. I had been told this by two pretty solid individuals who've yet to steer me wrong. I won't go into what exactly they had said, but yes, Guyton's name was mentioned. I don't know if there's any proof to that, but they were correct on him transferring. By the way, when I share something to you guys in Discord, know this. I have 4 people that I rely on. If I share in Discord, hey, I'm hearing this, just know this isn't some bullshit random person DMing me, hey, I'm sharing this information. I'm not an insider guy. I don't pretend to be. That's not what I am. Like I told a friend of mine yesterday on Marco Polo, he knows who he is. I'm a read, react kind of guy, right? That's what I am. I'm a reactionist. I flap my gums. That's what I do. I'm not an insider guy, but I do have people that I can rely on that have given me some pretty good information. And they were right. They were correct on this. They called it. And by the way, I had got this text to them before Hognonymous had gone to Twitter. Maybe one of them is Hognonymous. I don't know. I doubt it. But so when I share something in Discord, just know I'm not sharing that lightly. This isn't like, oh, hey, whatever. You'll know. I also did say take it with a grain of salt. You know why I said that? Because it's Mike freaking Woods. Mike Woods is a diehard Hog. You saw what he posted after the spring game. I mean, this guy is all in. It does lead me to believe something happened after the spring scrimmage up until yesterday. Something went down. We'll probably never know. They may not ever even tell us the truth. I'm sure if Mike Woods is smart, he doesn't talk about it at all. He just transfers and just moves on. And I think he's a smart young man. I like Mike. I really do, and I wish him the best. I doubt we'll ever really know what happened, even if the U of A and Mike Woods, maybe sometime down the line, we might hear something about it. I don't know. Get the likes up, y'all, for the love of God. Oh, yeah, please get the likes up. I'd appreciate that. Tough blow for the team. Luckily, our receiver group is pretty stacked. I would have thought Trey Knox before Woods. Same, exactly. I agree with that. I heard on Hit That Line that it was predicted that he was going to the portal. I mean, it became a pretty strong rumor yesterday, and I was in the middle of get you a Stream Deck. Give me the money to get a Stream Deck, Will. But, yeah, I mean, it was all over the place yesterday. I think by the time after Hognonymous had tweeted that out, it was everywhere. Yeah, hearing it's about quarterback production. Look, I mean, this is the thing. It's going to be everywhere. No one's going to really know. I don't even know that the people who have fed me phenomenal information, I don't even think they know. They could have just been speculating, and they added that in there. I don't know. But I have heard that from at least one pretty good source that there may have been something. But at this point in time, let's just consider all that smoke. And we know for a fact he is in the portal. That's what matters. Who cares about how he got there? I mean, it does matter. Don't get me wrong. If there is something going on with the coaching staff, I don't think that's the case, because I think you would have more guys speaking out about it. It sucks, Ty. He was our top one outside of Burks. Let me say this. I think some people, and I'm not insinuating anyone in this chat are this way, I think some people are in denial when this sort of stuff happens. Oh, we'll be fine. Guys, Mike Woods was considered one of the top deep route receivers in the SEC. I mean, this was a cat that has pull away. He has the ability to create separation. He was a phenomenal deep target for Felipe Franks. It's not going to be as easy as some people think to fill that void. Now, I will say this about Mike Woods, or about Arkansas's position here. They're in really good shape at the wide receiver spot. They're in really good shape. Like, the future's still pretty bright. And this isn't a sophomore or a younger guy that we're waiting on for, years to come. This is his last year. He's going to be a grad transfer. Yes, I have heard the rumor of Oklahoma. I've heard that in a couple different places. I don't know. I find that hard to believe. I think he was raised a Texas fan. That's crazy to think about. But hey, when money, I didn't mean it like that. I'm not saying, I'm talking about like getting to the NFL draft. That came out wrong. The idea of who can get me to the pros, who's the most likely. Oklahoma is a place that spits out. I mean, they're wide receiver U. They spit out talent left and right. That came out entirely wrong. I don't think there's any cheating going on. I've not been told that there was any cheating going on. All of a sudden, my heat kicks on. Dylan Clifton, hey, thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. Arky56, what's up, Pops? Good morning to you. I know I've got Addie's live session coming up here in a minute. I got to get to it. Woods knows that Burks is getting all the publicity. Maybe that bothers him because of Burks getting all that attention. John Hawes, 20 yards per catch, man. That's hard to replace. Exactly. Hoyt Allen, makes sense. Quarterback questionable at the moment. He's setting himself up for next level. I mean, look, there's not a lot of places. Most places that are set up at the quarterback position, I would imagine they're in pretty good shape at the wide receiver position. And by the way, I don't know that we know much about the quarterbacks other than that KJ Jefferson looks like he's in pretty good shape. I mean, he looked pretty damn good. I was at that scrimmage. I went back and I watched it a second time. I was actually pretty impressed with KJ. I'm not saying I'm not buying it because there is that chance that KJ or Malik, whoever ends up getting the majority of the reps, maybe they aren't as good as we all think they are. Maybe they are bad. We don't know yet until we see the finished product on the field. John David White taking over. He had a scrimmage, man. He was targeted 6 times, almost 90 yards, a touchdown. He ended up with 5 catches, but he was targeted 6 times. I don't see that being the case either. I really don't know. Everything right now is speculation, according to everyone that you would lean on for that kind of information. Even those folks are saying, look, everything's speculation. Even the media saying that it is or isn't a coaching situation of him butting heads. It's all speculation. Again, I don't know that we'll ever know the truth. Woods leaving is tough. That is tough production to replace. You don't replace something like that overnight. If you're going to lose at a position, this is the room that can take it. And I agree with that. It's not a linebacker, right? It's not bumper pull. Oh, Lord. Could you imagine if it was bumper pull? Or Grant Morgan. He's like, yeah, I decided to come back for that 6th-year option, but I'm out. Oh, man. Corner, I would even argue corner. I feel pretty good about safety, if I'm being honest. Did you guys see, and I haven't had a chance to have since watching that second scrimmage, I haven't had a chance to, the third scrimmage, haven't had a chance since I've rewatched it on TV. Miles Slusher was lined up at corner. Did you guys catch that? That was crazy. Maybe he's not bluffing. He's not actually gone yet, right? He's or maybe he's just bluffing. So you can, once you get into the portal, you can come back. Devin Bush did this a little while back. It's a big loss of real talent. I'll root for him. Just not against the Hogs. He worked through the worst seasons in Arkansas football history. Wish he could have gotten to enjoy a little more progress. Very well put. Mike and Mary Hoggard. James Whittington. Mike Woods transformed himself into one of the best receivers in the SEC, especially, as you said, Ty, a deep ball threat for any team. I agree with that. Think this shifts Rocket back to wide receiver. Man, he's awfully big. 6'1", 220, 225. That is a monster. That's a different kind of receiver, right? That's something different entirely. Hang on just a second. Yeah, my phone is just exploding right now. Holy cow. Hang on just a second. I forgot to do something. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna hurt you. All right, let me get that. All right. I wanted to retweet on the official PTN Twitter. If you don't already, follow me on Twitter at Ty Hudson PTN. I'm pretty sure, and then of course Pig Trail Network on Twitter as well. If you didn't see the scrimmage, it's on SEC Network at noon today. It is indeed. Thank you, Hoyt. Yeah, the scrimmage is on at noon, and by the way, Mike Woods caught a touchdown in that scrimmage. TJ Hammonds would be a great replacement for Mike Woods on the deep threat. Yeah, Hammonds has that. He's explosive, right? Recruiting him out of high school. Remember that was one of the things. We just got rickrolled. I mean, it did happen. That song is stuck in my head because I got rickrolled this morning. I was hoping this was a rickroll, but it's not. At the moment, he is in the portal. Mike Woods in the portal. I like the way KJ looked at the red-white game, but I have to be honest, KJ will not dominate at quarterback, nor where'd it go? Nor will we have any impact from the quarterback position. Chris, you gathered all that from that scrimmage? Look, I don't know, man. I really don't. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's going to be an All-American or an All-Conference for that matter, but he's definitely given us reasons to be excited that the quarterback position is in good hands at the very least. Doesn't mean he's going to come out year one as a starter, and I mean it could be a little bit of a climb, right? It could take him a couple of years to get it all put together. I think that's one thing sometimes fans struggle with college football, compared to pro football. Like in pros these days, they expect these rookies to come out and be difference makers year one. That's the expectation. But in college, you kind of have to give them time. And I get he's been on campus for 3 years now, but this is a new system they barely had installed last year. You remember the installation didn't really didn't really start until fall camp. They finally had their first full offseason. I don't know that I'm willing to go that far, Chris, to say that. I mean, you're like way over here. Like, yeah, no, they're screwed at quarterback. Nah, I'm not there. I'm in the middle. I just want to see it first. I think it's going to be a little bit of a climb. We'll see. 80 folks watching, 23 likes. Yeah, the likes would be great. Let's get the likes up. This could end up being a huge mistake by Woods. Here's the issue. You're transferring after spring scrimmage. I mean, you're going to have to, wherever you go, you're going to have to go take part in the summer workouts, right, where it's mostly weightlifting. As far as I know, there's no installation. There's no, hey, new guy, come in, we're going to help you. I don't know. I guess it depends on where he goes, and it depends on NCAA, like what they are allowed to do, because I know the NCAA has their hand in what they can and can't do at certain points in the year, and I think all summer's supposed to be is voluntary workouts. I always use the air quotations. So he's going to have to win his spot somewhere on a roster during fall camp. So, I'm not saying it's impossible. I think he's talented enough. He could go somewhere and make an impact. I don't know that it would be the same as if he stuck it out for his final year at the University of Arkansas. I hope he's thinking that through. I'm sure he is. Again, I think he's a smart young man. He's intelligent. He does not strike me as the type of guy. Again, none of us know him personally, at least not most of us, or I'm going to assume 99% of us don't know him personally. I thought of him as a level-headed kid, but we also have to remember he is still, 20, 21 years old, somewhere in there. Let's hope that he's thought this through. Maybe he's already got it plotted out where he's going to go next. Again, I have heard the Oklahoma rumor. We'll see. That's just from Discord. I think someone in our Discord was talking about that, and I've seen it elsewhere on Twitter that Oklahoma had been mentioned. He's going to have to battle to make that rotation, whereas here he is automatically the guy. At Arkansas, he's behind Burks, but I mean he's pretty well embedded into this offense. So he's on the map. I mean, there's people talking about him as a potential draft prospect because of what he did in a very limited, because of COVID and because of the offseason going into 2020, into a very limited Kendall Briles offense. He's in the position that he's in because of what Kendall was able to do with Felipe Franks, with KJ Jefferson when he came in the Mizzou game, with all these receivers. I mean, you see the night and day difference between Chad Morris and what you got in 2020. And you're going to leave that behind. I really hope he's thought this through. I really do. And I think that he has. Again, I think he's surrounded by good people. I've heard nothing but great things about his family. So let's just hope he's making the best decision for him. It may not be the best decision for Arkansas, but you know what? It is what it is. That's just the way this thing goes. I'm sick of Malik not getting any love. Oh, here we go. As far as Woods, he wants deep routes and yet gets a lot of deep balls. Malik should have been given a fair shot. We need pure speed with Hornsby. Perry, if you think that, you haven't been paying attention. He's been given a fair shot, my man. There's no bias going on here. I mean, first off, Kendall Briles, we know the relationship that he has with Malik Hornsby. He's recruited him since he was 14. If you don't think that he's been given a fair shot, my man, I don't think you're really paying attention. He's been given a fair shot. KJ, I've seen him. We saw what he did against Mizzou. We saw what he did. Second scrimmage, neither of the quarterbacks looked good. The first scrimmage, KJ won that battle. Second scrimmage, nobody won that battle. But you could argue because of the amount of times Malik Hornsby put the ball on the ground, he probably lost a step because he turned the ball over. Not to mention he threw a pick. You go back to this day 3 or this scrimmage number 3. Perry, did you see what he did? He had 3 balls that should have been picked. Now, he did pick it up later, and he actually ended up being okay. He had an okay scrimmage. But on the other hand, KJ had a better scrimmage. KJ is the starting quarterback. You guys do this team thing where like, oh, I'm team Hornsby or I'm team KJ. Like, you just watch what's happening before your eyes, and you'll know that KJ was clearly the better guy this spring. There's no doubt about that. Pittman making his first mistake by not giving a starting job at this point to KJ Hornsby, or to KJ. Hornsby is just pure speed. It takes more than just pure speed to run the offense, man. You got to have a threat with your arm, and you got to be able to make faster reads. And I don't think Hornsby does, man. I've watched him quite a bit. I've watched that scrimmage. I was there live, and I watched it at home yesterday, or day before yesterday. Malik's got speed. Okay, but what about the rest? He's got to develop the rest of his game. I have no doubt. I think he's got a high ceiling. KJ knows the offense. Malik doesn't. Exactly. Let's see. Who's the best backup receiver on the team now, Ty? Well, so you're going to have – I wonder what this means for the OU transfer, Crawford. Some of these younger cats. You guys remember Turner, that wide receiver last year, who they wanted to get on the field, but he had off the field – the rumor, speculation only. I'm not confirming this, but it was hinted that he caught COVID more than once. So he struggled getting into rotation or even getting the opportunity in practice because he wasn't there. So you wonder about some of these younger cats that came in the last couple of years. Devion Warren coming back from a major surgery. And then we talked about the freshman Megatron Jackson. I'm really excited. I do believe you got to earn your nicknames, but it just fits so well with Megatron. Autobots. Well, no, that was other team. Anyone else heard about possible outside the lines contact from another school? I'm not going down that road because I don't know. I don't have confirmation of that at the moment. I think that's all speculation. At the moment, we'll see. We'll see how this all pans out. We'll see what if there is some wrongdoings by other schools. Hopefully it comes to the surface. Something big is brewing. This doesn't make sense. Maybe the tip of the iceberg. We'll see. Mike Woods is jealous of Burks and doesn't think we have a quarterback that can get him big yards. It's not all about Guyton. It seems like people only want Malik to start because he's fast. If you watch other scrimmage vids, you would know that the spring game is the first scrimmage where his accuracy was good. Yeah, I agree. And I agree with what Mr. T-Dub's saying. He's putting the ball on the ground way too much, just way too much. Not getting the ball clearly handed off to the running back. Now, one of those times was on T.J. Hammond's. Scrolling down chat here. KJ is QB1. I agree. I'm Team Razorbacks. I want them to freaking win. Exactly, Will. Exactly. It can't be, and here's Mike and Mary Hoggart, it can't be jealousy with Burks. He's got to know the pub that TB gets in the double teams. He will draw. I saw Mike Woods blowing up this year. He might not be listed as wide receiver 1, but his number sure could be wide receiver 1. Hornsby doesn't know the offense. Horse manure. How does one say conjecture? I think his knowledge might be a little bit more limited of the offense compared to that of KJ Jefferson. I mean, if you just watch them scrimmage, KJ looked like he had a quicker release, read the defense quicker, went through his reads a little faster, and he did things too. Hornsby did things in that scrimmage that impressed me. I I mean, he really did. I think Hornsby, if he sticks with it and he stays patient, stays out of the portal, I think he has a future. Yeah, Renfro looked good. I agree with that, Razor Wood. Hey there, my brother. What's up, Danyel Hadley? How you doing, man? Long time no see. It's good seeing you again in chat. Got to figure we will see a little Hornsby and some Wildcat. Absolutely. I agree with that. Just got in here. What's going on? Tato 31. Mike Woods has entered the portal. Has entered the transfer portal. All right. I'm going to close it out with this because I've got to get back. I've got a live session with my youngest daughter that we need to get to for homeschooling. Fun. Yay. But I'll close out with this. Woods out. He's in the portal. It's unfortunate. There's not a lot. I mean, look, he can still come out of it. Remember Devin Bush did that. He was in the portal, and then they talked him out of it. Hopefully the same can happen with Woods. What I had heard yesterday, the last bit of whatever you want to call it from a pretty solid source was that they were trying to talk through it, that Woods yesterday was talking with possibly teammates or the coaching staff trying to get through it, trying to figure it out. Again, I don't know if that's don't take that as 100% truth. He may have made up his mind and maybe there's something else going on we don't know about, but that is the last thing that I heard. As far as replacements and what they do at that position, as I said earlier, you've got so much promise at that position. You know, if he does indeed transfer to another school, if he's done with being a Razorback, you still have Devion Warren, as I mentioned. You've got the young cats. You've got Crawford, the Oklahoma transfer, who, by the way, ran some pretty clean routes in that scrimmage Saturday and had a couple of good moments. I think there's a possibility you see more of him now than what has, compared to what we would have seen had Mike Woods stuck around. But I'm also going to say this. You don't replace someone like that overnight. Woods stepped into a program that was let's just be honest. Let's call it what it is. If I'm anything, I'm blunt and I'm honest. It was a dumpster fire. He went through it, and then last year he came through on the other side pretty clean. He's now projected. I mean, there's folks talking about him being a possible NFL draft pick, where that was not the case going into year 3. He got that because of what he accomplished in Kendall Browse's offense. He got that under Sam Pittman being his head coach. He got to that level of notoriety, if you will, year 3, not year 1, not year 2, year 3. And you can also say, well, that's also a part of his development, right? And that's absolutely true. He may have done that anywhere, not just Arkansas. But I like John David White. I did too. I thought he stood out, man. He definitely bought himself some playing time this year. I'm excited about John David. But I think they're going to have someone. You're not going to have another Mike Woods, but this offense, the way Kendall runs it, I think someone will step into that 2 role. Someone will. I don't know who right now. We'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it. Right, as the closer we get through and into fall, coming out of fall camp, getting ready for week 1 against Rice, we'll see who emerges as the next Mike Woods. Like I said, I would keep an eye on Crawford. There's a couple of guys. I'm really curious to see what Jackson does, the freshman. I'm really excited about him. We could throw out all kinds of names. There's a lot of depth at the wide receiver spot. John David reminds me of Morgan. Yeah, I mean, finds ways to get open, right? I think he's similar in stature. I think they're both sub 6 foot guys, right? I'd like to see him put on a little bit of weight. I'd like to see John David put on a little bit of weight. That's why this doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I promise you that one day Hornsby will be solely needed, and we'll be putting some 4'7" white dude at quarterback, typical Arkansas. Perry, that's the biggest bunch of bullshit I think I've ever read in my chat. That is the biggest bunch of bullshit, and I'm calling you out on that. That's just goofy. If he gets beat out by a white guy, it's not going to be because he's white. I would imagine it's because the coaching staff thinks he's the best guy for the job. But right now, he's getting beat out by a promising young black quarterback in KJ Jefferson. Get that race shit out of my chat. Knox can set up to number 2. Knox also made a really nice play on a 50-50 jump ball. made a really nice play on a 50-50 jump ball thrown by KJ Jefferson. It was really, although he was sacked, but regardless, Knox made a hell of a play. And I think he caught a couple of balls. So maybe Knox emerges. All right. Yeah. Well, you're not going to play the race stuff in here. I mean, look, man. I mean, KJ, I am so excited for KJ. And I'm excited for Malik Hornsby. I really am. I'm excited for both of these guys. But don't bring that crap in here. That's ridiculous. Since Mike's gone, I kind of want Knox to bounce back. I agree. Oh, you got me, Perry. You're right. Knox keeps showing the physicality to secure the number 2 spot. I agree. Crawford is going to be a deep ball threat. That dude could fly. Papa Bear showing up to lay down the law. All right. I do appreciate you guys. To everyone in chat except Perry, thank you guys. Woo Pig. I'll see you on the next one. I'm going to go deal with this live session, although I think we're going to be a little late. I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll see what Mike Woods does next. I wish him the best. I really do. I hope he made the best decision for himself, and that's what he's got to do at the end of the day, right? He's got to look out for himself, and I don't blame anybody for doing that. So good luck to him. Hopefully Sam Pittman and the staff can talk him back, because I'd really like to see him finish out his career as an Arkansas Razorback. I really would. I love his videos. And do me a favor too, guys. Don't go to his YouTube video, shit talking him. Wish him the best, right? I hope that he does. I'd love to see him ball out at the next level. I think Woods is absolutely capable of it. Good luck to him. And stay subscribed to him on YouTube if you do, right? Show him some love. Wish him the best. And let's just hope Arkansas, again, if he sticks with the portal and goes somewhere, let's hope Arkansas can find another guy that can get close to what Woods was able to accomplish last year. Come close to that, right? So, Woo Pig, I will see you guys hopefully later on in the week with some better news. Also, game was canceled today. Who were they playing? The Diamond Hogs. Who are the Razorbacks playing today? Grambling or something. I guess that's canceled. I don't guess they're going to make that game up. So on to South Carolina. That could be it will be a tough matchup. So Woods is a huge loss and a great talent, but he did benefit from the attention Burks got in terms of coverage. I agree with that. I do. All right. Woo Pig. I'll see you guys around. And thanks Watkins for the super chat, my man. Appreciate it. Go Hogs.